Hi, I'm Stefan and welcome. So this video is about what I call the retirement off-ramp. And by off-ramp, I'm thinking of the off-ramp on a highway. We're driving 65 miles an hour and our career is coming to an end. It's a good time for us to get out of that career and do something else. So we hit that off-ramp, but there's something afterward that we want to be planning for ahead of time. So this channel is about running a smooth transition from our work years to our retirement. And it's about planning to get the most out of those post-retirement years. In short, it is about retiring to and not from. So the metaphor that I like to use, as I said, is the retirement off-ramp, and this will be a common theme through videos that I make. The idea is we're cruising down the highway, we take note of how long it is to the next exit. Our GPS might give us actually as much as a 10-mile warning, but certainly 2 miles. It tells us, hey, get in the right lane for an exit coming up. We're not slowing down, we're pretty much holding speed right up till the end, but then we do slow down a little bit. On the other side, we want to be ready to jump into that new life or go down that new road. Is it another highway, a very active life with a lot of commitments, or are we taking a secondary road where we go a little slower, stop and enjoy some places? So those are choices that we need to make. So what are the reasons to know, what's coming next down the road? I worry about people who say, I'm going to retire and I'm going to do absolutely nothing, because I don't think we're really meant for that. Particularly a person who's been working hard all their life. Being active with something, it doesn't have to be work, but being active with something seems to me rather important. So I don't think it's a good idea to just stop the workaday life and then figure out what to do next. And, I'm not saying that doesn't work, but I think it's better to be thinking ahead of time for a major life change. Retirement could be stressful, and 20% of people who retire will actually go through some depression their first year. There's a loss of identity, there's other things going on that make it a little confusing, a little tough. And it is a very much a major life change, just like getting married or starting a career or going into the military or something like that. So there are a multitude of changes we go through when we retire. We have to decide, who are we? Very likely we're no longer defined by our career. In some cases, some people carry titles into retirement. But I'm an engineer. When I retire, I can say I was an engineer. If I'm still doing some work, I can say engineer. But really, that's not who I am. And it's been a perspective, but it never really was who I am. But it was a nice thing to hang my hat on. How do we organize our time? So when we work, we have to get up, go to work at a certain hour. Now that we're free, we maybe can sleep a little later or take time off during the middle of the day, but certainly we need a schedule to organize our time. I think the need for accomplishment still exists, and again, it doesn't have to be a professional accomplishment, but there's something there that we need. One thing is, at work, we have a lot of our work friends, and a lot of people think, oh, I'll still be seeing my work friends after I retire. Those are situational friends. It's not that they're not good friends, but oftentimes those are people that we share the work with, and that's what gives us that sense of camaraderie. And when we retire, what we'll find is we don't have the personal connection for the personal side of our lives. So we won't see them as often. Hopefully you still will. One thing that's important about work friendships is that there was always this sense of teaming. And as I think about it, an important aspect of my work friendships is the sense that we've accomplished something together. So now in our retirement friendships, is it just getting together and talking about, the kids and the grandkids, or are there things we can do where we have that sense of teaming together, of accomplishing a goal together? And that's something, again, to think about. We're going to have more time with a spouse if you're married, or more time with your close friends, your family. So how's that going to work out? We still need our personal time, but there's an opportunity there, but there's also a few pitfalls to be careful of. Another thing to get rid of is, or to not get rid of, but to understand, is that while we were working, we worked, money showed up in our bank account, and we knew it was from working. Now we have to get used to the idea that I don't work and money shows up in my bank account, and I don't know about you, but for me that's a little unnerving. Does that really work? Because I've never been there before. So how do we make this retirement journey work? Well, we need to define what life looks like after the exit ramp so that we're prepared to come off of that ramp and accelerate up to speed very quickly. That'll eliminate a lot of the stresses that I said people go through that first year. We need to prepare ourselves emotionally. And here's a question to ask is, what can we do to get ready for the retirement lifestyle? It's going to be a different life, and so there are things that we could do ahead of time. For instance, if you wanted to pursue a particular hobby, are you already in that hobby? Are you going to change the focus of it? Is there something that you can be doing now so that on your first day of retirement, you can go into your little workspace, whatever the hobby is, and just get right into it and have a feeling that you've made a transition. That'll be very helpful if you do that. If we're lucky, we reach this point of retirement and we get one shot at it. So we're going to make mistakes along the way, and that's okay. But if we understand this new life now and we plan for it, we're going to make the most of it. And so that's what I want to make these videos for, to help you with that, to help all of us with that, because I'm learning too. All right. So I'll give you a personal story on my journey. I am a civil servant. I'm an engineer. I'll be retiring with 40 years of civil service. I've had a lifelong interest in craft, particularly making furniture and metalsmithing. I just like making things. So that's going to be part of my retirement. That's something I can step into right away. As an engineer, I've been involved in technical training. So being called an educator works for me. It gives me a new title that I can, a new sense of identity. It's not the title I need, but that sense of identity. And so this idea of being an educator, it's carrying over. I've already done this, so it's not like I have to get fit for this new suit that I'll be wearing. I will continue to support some of my friends at work, and so that's going to make the change not so sudden. I'll be making a little money doing that, working as a contractor, so I'll work for a private company, come back and continue to support a little bit. And I have one particular technical challenge that may allow me to travel around the United States and abroad. If it works out, that's great. If it doesn't, that's okay with me. But it's there, and it's an exciting thing to work towards. So, my conclusions. If this makes sense to you, then please join me on other videos, and listen, liking the videos is extremely helpful. subscribing, and really the most important thing is I'd love to hear your comments and questions. That will help me, guide me to providing a better content for you. My suggestions: look forward to your retirement, plan for it, understand what will make it enjoyable, and plan for that. I'm a big believer in anticipating the road ahead and planning. Dream big, don't dream small. Dream big and join me on the road. And yeah, your feedback would be awesome. Thank you very much. Bye.